Doug and I are getting packed up for a climb of Devil's Tower of Close Encounters fame. It will be my first multi-pitch climb since surgery. Doug and I did the climb with his dad and brother 20 years ago, so it'll be fun to do it again. This is going to be a 6-pitch climb, which means that we'll be up there a while. I will have to empty on the climb, which is difficult because there is no place to drain a pouch when you're on a cliff face. So what I'm going to do is use a closed-end pouch on my 2-piece ostomy system, and I can just take off a full pouch, pack it out, and then snap a fresh one on. What's challenging with this, though, is that I'm going to be wearing a harness. And while on the climb, I have to stay tied into my harness at all times, and so trying to get the closed-end pouch off while I'm wearing a harness is going to be challenging. So I'm going to practice while I'm here at home so that it's a lot easier when I'm on the climb. We got up at the crazy hour of 4 o'clock a.m. and we've been driving most of the day, but we arrived at Devil's Tower almost. We'll be there shortly. Can't wait to get there, and hopefully we'll be on top of that tomorrow. It's the evening before our climb, and we are scoping out the approach so that we can get a smooth start in the morning. It's really hot out here, mid-90s, so it's going to be a roaster tomorrow. And I have to bring a lot of water. We're at the base of Devil's Tower, and we're going to start the endurance route. It's 5:45 in the morning. We're getting an early start because it's going to be very hot today. Before we do get en route, I'm going to go put on a closed-end pouch just to make sure I have as much time up there as possible before I have to change. Video. What? It's a video.
Good, Heidi. There's some footholds on your left. Yeah, good.
We just made it up the second pitch of the climb, which is the hardest, and now we're ready to move on. It's very warm up here. I've already drank over a quart of water, but we are fortunate in that there's a little bit of cloud cover too, so So far things are going really well. I don't have to empty yet, as is usually the case. As soon as I start anything strenuous, my intestines shut down, so that's kind of nice. Maybe I won't have to deal with it until the summit. We'll see.
Long way down.
It is. Helmet always gets crooked like this, so now I look professional. While we're on the ledge waiting for the rest of our party to go in front of us, I thought I would just talk about what I'm wearing today. So I have a tank top on, and then my standard climbing attire is a New Hope hernia prevention belt, and I have a closed-end pouch on again so I can swap them out instead of emptying or draining. And then I have a pouch cover that just helps absorb sweat. And then I always wear these Comfeats boxers over it to hold everything in place, and then I just have my regular climbing pants on. I'm not wearing a guard over my stoma because I'm just going to try it without and see how it goes. There really isn't a lot of stuff hanging on my harness in this area, so I think I'll be okay with that. Carrying a gallon of water up this climb has been a bit of a pain, but I'm really glad to have it because it is hot in the sun. I'm getting ready to do my first ever pouch change on a climbing ledge. As I said earlier, I can't drain up here, so I'm going to be using closed-end pouches. I've got my little trash bag clipped into a carabiner so that I can just toss the full pouch in there. I'm ready with the paper towel that comes in handy as I'm changing out the pouches in case my stoma dribbles. And we'll see how this goes. Okay. The hardest part about this is that I have to stay tied in at all times, and I'm also wearing this hernia prevention belt, which I can't just pull the pouch off when I'm wearing it, so I have to take the belt off, at least part way. So, just gonna kind of take it off. I'm just gonna leave it hanging there. And I also had to undo the strap on my leg loop, but that's okay because that's not, this is the really, as long as my rope is attached to my waist belt, I'm okay. And then I'm just gonna pop off that wafer, not wafer, pop off the pouch, put a clean one on. Let's see. I think get most of them on the first try, maybe they're not. Just like, whoops. I'll get more efficient. I bet you this is my first time trying this. My belt's taking the pain. But, oh my god. It's so important. These moves, that's enough to bust a hernia. This one's getting stretched out, might be tender.
Good job.
Sweet.
High five.
It's like so much anticipation, like months. That was very easy. And it's funny because I've, in a way, been dreading that for a year and a half since I had my surgery, thinking, oh my gosh, what's that going to be like to try to swap out a pouch with a harness on a ledge? And it was really easy. Yay! All tidied up. We're ready to get on with the climbing. We have a couple more pitches.
swallowed him. Whoa. Wow. What did you just see?
Falcons. How'd it feel?
Well, that part was good.
I know.
But my feet are sore, my toes especially, but it's good. Good job.
Good job too. You did really well. What do you think? Did it.
Good job, Heidi.
Good job.
Good job. Thank you, Andy, for leading that. It's July 29th, 3:45 p.m. and we are on the summit of Devil's Tower after a long and very hot climb. We're thirsty, we're tired, and we still have to get down, but we're super psyched to be up here after 2 decades.
Yay.
Yay!
Hoof it to the rappel. Go!
We are safely on the ground after 4 rappels down from the summit, and it feels nice to be back to safety. Oh, and one more thing that was really important with a climb like this when it was in the 90s and we were really in the hot sun all day was to bring a lot of water. I brought a gallon and drank every drop of it and ran out about 1 wrap down from the base, but we had some stashed at the bottom, so if you go rock climbing, bring lots of water, more than you think you need. This ascent meant a lot to me. I think of all the things after surgery that I was really curious about the most, it was how a multi-pitch climb was going to be, and today's experience really makes me so happy with my decision to have a permanent ileostomy because it did work really well with climbing. That was one of the reasons that I wanted to go that route, is I thought it was doable with ostomy pouches and never feeling like I would have to go to the bathroom on the climbs, and that's exactly what happened up there. It was easy. I emptied once before, or I should say I swapped out pouches once before I took off from the ground, once a little past our midpoint, and then again on the summit, and I'm good to go till we get back to camp. So, oh, it feels so good.